Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name's Preston, and today we're talking about the news. And it's going to be a pretty quick one today. There wasn't very much going on, and the only thing on the websites that I thought were interesting at all to talk about are the new sleeves that are coming out in Japan. Very nice art. I understand they're really tiny. I believe I saw them on Twitter as well. I'll see if I can find a link so that you can actually look at them. But gorgeous art all around, and I just wanted to jump into those to start and then go straight into card reveals. But yeah, that's all I could find on the website that I thought was at all interesting. So I'm going to jump straight into card reveals, and that is going to start here with Brook. Brook, black character, 3 cost 4k power, Straw Hat Crew, 1k counter. On play and when attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost for the turn. Then K up to one of your opponent's 0 cost characters. That's pretty cool. I don't think black is lacking in the minus department nowadays. If you've played Sakazuki, Sakaluchi, you realize that they're not hurting for this type of stuff. And a KO on top of that, each attack is pretty cool. The only balancing fact on this card is it's a 4K, and I don't even think that's that big of a deal. It's nice to see a good Brook card. I know that we have a ton of decent ones in red that are played quite well, adding 2 Rested Dawn and all of that stuff. But it's nice to see a new one, and it's an SR, so we might get an alt art, which is always exciting. Black just keeps getting good cards that can work in any deck, which is quite annoying considering how bad the consistency in purple is. So we're going to move on before we get too negative to Laboon. Black character, 4 cost 5k power, animal, 1k counter. Activate main, you may rest this character. Give up to one of your opponent's characters -4 for this turn. Again, black gets another really consistent thing here with being able to do a -4, which is huge. It is at 4 cost, so it's probably not as efficient. If I can think of other things that you could do with 4 Dawn. But a Laboon, which is great, love that. SR again, we're getting, I think, mostly SRs this week, which is crazy to get those all up front. I mean, the set is also smaller than a full set, so they might just dump all the good stuff up top and then the set might be out. I don't know. 4 cost, -4, 1k counter, 5k attack. This is a really good Laboon. Excited to see what gets alt arts again. We just saw Brook that is an SR that could get an alt art, and now we have Laboon as an SR. Love to see a Laboon alt art with the Straw Hat logo on his head, or maybe a baby Laboon or something with a live Brook. Overall, a -4. Again, the consistency out of black is annoying. They constantly get cards that continue to make any black deck good. We'll see what happens. As I always say, let's see what happens with the rest of the set. Moving on to Cavendish, green character, 5 cost 6k power, supernova, and beautiful pirates, 1k counter. On play and when attacking, if your leader has the supernova type and there are no other Cavendish on the field, set up to 2 of your Dawn cards as active. That's pretty cool. We've seen green do this throughout the game, all the way back to set 1. Dendro set up to cards as active around this cost. But this is more consistent. This is on play and when attacking, so there's a little bit of a power creep there from set 1. And then we're the nice little flavor text there can't be another Cavendish on field. So you're not gonna abuse this character. And 2 Dawn is quite nice, and the power is good, and the counter is good. And it's a supernova, so we're getting searchability out of this with the supernova engine that we got early on, so this is a support for that. Could this bring the red-green Luffy back? I don't know. This will make Law interesting if they choose to play it. And it's a good card. Again, do we get a alt art? Do we get the other side of Cavendish as the alt art? Who knows? Moving on to our next card. Next up, we have another Hiyori. Kozuki Hiyori, green character, 4 costs 0k power. Land of Wano, Kozuki Clan. 1k counter. Activate main. You may place this card into your trash. Place up to one of your 1 cost 5 or less Land of Wano type characters other than Kozuki Hiyori from your hand into play, then draw 1 card. So, just looking at the past, we have green Land of Wano, we have a couple red from set 1, we have lots of yellow now from the previous sets with like the Yamato leader being able to do that, and then the green-yellow Yamato leader and stuff like that. So starter decks and stuff, we have yellow and green. We have some red from early on. 5 or less cards are generally most of them. The one that stood out to me is obviously Secret Yamato from set 1. Getting that a half a turn early could be interesting. You also have Okiku and stuff like that from set 1. I'm trying to think of later set cards, but honestly, the newest ones were okay and really weird. So I'm trying to think of what you would want to play with this. The interesting part is you get a higher cost card, most likely, trying to get a 5 cost. And then you get to draw a card. I think that's a bigger draw than most things. Getting a slightly stronger card. If you're playing on even curve, you're getting it a half a turn early. If you're playing on odd, you could have just played that, but then you don't get the draw. So it's really interesting. I think it's a good card, first of all. Hiyori often gets really good cards, especially lately. And then the draw power is nice. We always like to have a card with draw power, and it sacrifices itself for something better. This is the alt art. The regular art did get leaked in a magazine, and then they just gave us the alt for some reason on the official website. And we have a Zoro hanging out in the background. So I wonder if there's going to be a Zoro in this set that you could put it in into play with Hiyori. Because the Zoros that I can think of might not work out for you. So I wonder if the purple ones have it. That's a good thing to check into. But yeah, I think overall it's a good card, and I'm excited to see what people do with it. I'm excited to see what I can cook up with it, because it's a interesting thing to be able to swap out for something. And then draw power. Oh, draw power is always great. Last card of the day is a vanilla. I believe this is Charlotte Compote. 7 cost 9k power vanilla with 1k counter. I'm guessing that it's Big Mom Pirates. I didn't get a full translation on this one. But a 7 drop 9k power vanilla. We'll have to see how that stacks up against other vanillas. Let's check it out real quick. So nothing terribly new about a 7 cost 9k power 1k counter vanilla. They exist already. Often looking at these guys, I don't see them in play, so we probably don't have to worry about this Big Mom Pirate showing up unless the meta changes just dramatically, where we're going to need to hit that 7-9 like level. Usually at that point, I think we're hitting bigger cards with card effects, so we don't need a vanilla. Usually it comes a half a turn earlier or a full turn earlier, so you don't need to hit that vanilla to keep up. And the way the game seems to be trending, I think we were playing a lot of higher cost stuff because of Whitebeard, and he's mostly trended out. If you see, you're gonna see him still. The card is ridiculous, and it's at full power, mostly full power at this point. So you're still gonna see them. So whatever, but this isn't the drop that you'll be seeing it in. So nothing to worry about here. This is just a normal common, so we are getting lower rarities other than all the super rares that we got this week. But those are all the cards that I saw off of the official Twitter this week, and I'm really excited to see what the game's doing right now. And with this extra booster, getting all these SRs, really nice cards to look forward to. And I want to know in the comments down below, what are you most excited for coming out of this extra booster? Are you looking forward to the 3 leaders that we talked about weeks ago? Or is it more the flavor cards that are going to be tossed in here for each of the archetypes that have been left behind? I want to know what you think. And until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.